Partners, you have already learned some important math words. You know what an addition sentence is. And we've talked already about how when you take the two numbers and you put them together, the amount of them altogether we call the sum. So now I'm going to teach you another word. Those two amounts that you're going to take to put together, when they're together, we call them the sum. But when they're separate, we call them addends. So this is an addend, and this is an addend here before we put them together. And then we put them together and we get a sum. So today you have addition sentences and you have the sum, the amount together, and you have one of the addends, but the other addend is a mystery. And you're going to have to figure out that other addend. So you don't have to use counters or cubes today. You might want to get them. I'm going to show you how you can use them to make it a little easier. All right, guys, we are working with lesson 5.7, write more addition sentences. And see, this says real world. This is a real world kind of problem, something that you actually are going to run across. And this sort of thing today where you have a missing addend and you have to figure out what it is, this sort of thing happens a lot in the real world. So here you can see we have some birds on the branch, and then another bird comes to join the other bird. So you want to look at the birds here on the branch, and then over here, it says to put a circle around the bird that is joining the other bird. Now we're going to do that, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because do you see here they put a circle around the number 4, which is not the bird coming, it's the birds that are already there. But we're going to follow their directions. How many birds did you start with? Well, we started with 4, right? And then we had one more come, and you know that 4 and 1 all together is the same as 5. Now, taking a look on the next page, here, you can see here we have 4, and then we're adding in 3 more, right? So we're going to circle this here because this is what we start with. This is what we're adding. And then go ahead to trace this. Now here, we start with this many. Go ahead and write that number down here. And then circle the ones that are being added onto it. Yep. And then together, how many? Down here again, here's what we start with. Write that number down. Then we're going to circle the set that we're adding onto it. Now, guys, the next page is where we get the extra thing. And we might want to use the counters. And let me show you why. Right here, we have some to start with, right? Because altogether, our sum is going to be 8, right? But all we have for butterflies in the picture is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what's getting added on. But we got to figure out what we had over here to start with. So this is where counters might be helpful. You can take the counters and you can put 1 on each of these butterflies that we already have here. And here's 5. We need to have 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can add the extras over here. 6, 7, 8. How many butterflies did we need to add in, right? Well, we know it was these 3. Now, if you want to try to actually draw butterflies, you can. You know, something like this maybe. Or if you want to just draw circles for them, you can do that too. So there it is. Go ahead and finish the addition sentence. Remember with 8, make an S and go back home. So down on these next two, it's the same thing. Do you see the sum for this one is 9? You have 3 here. You need to figure out what they started with. So it can be helpful to put 3, and if you want to use the cubes, you could use the cubes instead. And then here I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I still need to add more. And then I'm going to count up how many I have and write that number down there. Same thing here. We have 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All together, we're going to end up with 10. Now, if you want to, You could not put counters down for this, but just use that same counting on strategy. 8, 9, 10. And you can see how many you have to add to get 10 altogether. All right, last page. 7 is the same as 5 plus 2. Draw to show what you know about that. So boys and girls, you're going to make a picture to go with 5 plus 2. That's not very hard, is it? That'll be something you can do. A lot of the math we're going to do this summer is pretty simple stuff. It's just going to give us a little bit of reviewing and a little bit of skill building to be ready for first grade. That's all there is. Send me a picture of that last page and enjoy your weekend. Have a good time with field day today. I hope you already did it.